Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all are having a great day or you found this recording just when you needed it. I'm Bethany Johnson, and this is Calming Zooms, recorded for the Woodburn School District. I have done 2 of these a month for several months. So if you're just stumbling across this video, you should be able to look in the YouTube playlist and find others, search by what you need in the moment. But I hope that this recording finds you right where you need it. Today, our focus is going to be on a guided meditation. The particular one that we're going to go through is more extensive than ones we've done before. Should take the majority of the time. It's really intended to give you an opportunity to look pretty deeply at some kind of inner goings on that will help settle you and focus you for your time. So I invite you to create a space that will allow you to make the most out of your time here. So I am Bethany Johnson. One quick minute is the very last recording that we're going to be doing is on the 28th. So that will be the final one for the year. I will focus exclusively on breath work during that recording, and that will go up live on Tuesday, the 28th, or you can attend it live as well. Okay, so a quick introduction. I'm going to sort of introduce myself, talk about how it is that I came to be here, sort of set the tone, and then guide you through a guided meditation. I am Bethany Johnson. I am a certified health coach, and I am deeply passionate about people being healthy, whether that's physical health, emotional health, financial health, faith health. So I am really delighted to be able to share with you some of the power that can come from calming and settling through either breathing or some guided meditation. Part of the reason that I came about this particular role is that I really, really care about people getting healthy. I found my physical health about 9 years ago, started for me with my physical health and expanded into so many other areas, including regularly practicing yoga, finding a lot of benefit for my own experience through calming breath work and the physicality of yoga, as well as practicing some meditation. I am in no way a professional in this role. I just care deeply about it, and I'm glad to share with you some of what I've learned in hope that that would start you down a path of exploring more and more ways that you can connect with yourself more in a way that will help you be more present in your life. So that's a little bit about me. A couple of things to know as we prepare for this guided meditation time together today. Um, I know that especially this being a pre-recorded video, you might be coming to it from lots of different physical places. And you may not be able to sit or lie down. You might be driving, you might be out for a walk, you might be on your lunch break. And so that's absolutely okay. I want to invite and encourage you, do what you can to set up the space for your body. So whether that's sitting in a way that is most comfortable for you, maybe it's laying down, maybe it's walking in a place that is calming for you. We are going to focus quite a bit upon our breath today as part of the guided meditation. So making sure that that's something that's possible and that you can do will be really, really beneficial. Along those same lines, you want to set up your space to lend itself to being as calming as possible. And there are some things that are outside of your control when it comes to the environment in which you practice. It might be loud outside, there might be distractions, it might be interrupted, and that's okay. What I want to invite and encourage you is, what are the things that you can control to help make the most of this time for yourself? Can you put your phone on Do Not Disturb? Can can you put a little note on your door that says, please give me 10 minutes? What are the things that you can do to decontaminate the space that you're in? I would invite you not to sit somewhere that has a lot of distractions around. If you're a teacher, work in a classroom, and that is a place that's distracting, is there a way you can turn your back to that? Is there a way you can switch with someone for this time? Um, even if you're going to your car, or again, whatever you can do to make the most out of this space and this time. And then really protecting that time is really helpful. Even if it's putting kind of a notebook off to the side for you to jot down things that pop into your mind for later, or even if there's something urgent, you can pause this, go take care of it, and come right back to it. Whatever makes the most sense for you in this space and time. So I know for some of you, meditation is something, excuse me, um, meditation is maybe something that is brand new to you. You haven't experienced it before. This is a unique experience. And for others, this is something that you've done lots of times before. There are lots of things that we have found meditation has a positive impact on. Giving yourself attention and respect to you and your feelings has incredibly positive impacts on us. We know that meditation can help improve our moods. It can help with sleep if that's something that you struggle with. I will say that for some people, there is a spiritual aspect to meditation or mindfulness. And for this particular time, I'm going to invite you to bring whatever it is that you need for that in this time. For some of you, it's not about that. It's really entirely about the physicality, your heart rate, your anxiety, those kind of pieces. And that's absolutely okay if that's the primary thing that you need out of this time. If there is a deeper connection that you need in terms of spirituality, that is absolutely something you can bring to this space. But that's not something I will be adding with too much heavy-handedness, if that makes sense. Okay. So we've talked about setting up for a quiet space. I want to invite you to just take a few moments to reflect on your current status. How are you currently feeling? What is your mood? What do you notice about maybe how your body and your mind are feeling in this moment? Particularly if you're finding this recording, you might be in need of some calming, in need of some settling. And so perhaps you're stressed or anxious or worried or angry or overwhelmed. And that's absolutely okay. All of those emotions have very important roles and are very valid. And so I want to encourage you to just notice without judgment, what are you currently feeling? And we'll pay attention to that as we go on. Take a moment to just describe your mood. What do you notice about how you're feeling in this time right now? Okay. I hope you took a moment to notice how you might be feeling. What is feeling good about how your body is doing? Excuse me, sorry, I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb. What are you noticing about how your body is feeling? What are you noticing about what you need? What is that story in your mind? We're going to get started. For this guided meditation today, I am going to be talking you through a script that came from positivepsychology.com. And this is certainly something I would be glad to share if anyone is interested in this. It is really with a focus on mindfulness for this meditation. And so for this time, if you are comfortable, I would like to invite you to perhaps blink your eyes closed if you're comfortable, if you're in a place where you're able to do that. Again, we're sitting in a way that's comfortable. That might be in a chair, that might be on the ground. Perhaps, again, that might be walking. I don't recommend closing your eyes if you are walking around, but again, take what you need and take what you might need to make your body prepared. Okay, so for this meditation, we're really gonna focus on mindfulness, some visualization, and really giving your energy, your mind, opportunity to focus. So now that you've found a comfortable position, either sitting on a cushion, on the floor, if that's possible. Sorry, I'm trying to get this just where I can most easily see it. There. Allow your spine to be as straight and long. Let your shoulders drop, relaxed. If it's possible to rest your hands in your lap and gently close your eyes. First, we're going to become aware of our breath. No need to change your breathing in any way, just simply notice it exactly as it is. I invite you to bring to mind the image of a wheel. This wheel has a center known as the hub and 4 sections or quadrants surrounding this hub. There is a rim that encompasses everything, the 4 quadrants and the hub. For each part of this practice, we will zoom in on one portion of the wheel and become aware of its contents as I guide you through it. I'd like to invite you to first turn your attention to the top left quadrant, which houses your 5 emotions. Zoom into this area of your wheel by engaging your sense of hearing. What can you hear? Without judgment, notice the things you can hear around you. And now your sense of touch. What can you feel? Notice the sensations against your skin, the texture of your clothes, any pressure on your body as it makes contact with the ground or the chair that you're sitting on. Without judgment, what do you notice? What can you feel? And now your sense of smell. What can you smell around you? Without judgment, what is around you for smell? And taste. What can you taste? Perhaps lick your lips. What can you notice? If your eyes are closed, gently open your eyes for a moment. What can you see around you? What colors? What textures? Shadow? Light? What information can you observe with your eyes and your sense of sight? Good. Now close your eyes again and bring that wheel back into your mind's eye. Take a deep, slow breath here. In through your nose, out through your nose, as much as is possible. Now, I'd like to invite you to turn your attention to the top right quadrant of your wheel, which houses your sixth sense, which is the inner sensations of your own body. Take a few moments to scan through your body from head to toe, becoming aware of any and all physical sensations throughout. Tingling, heat, tension, numbness. Notice each part of your body, noticing, curious, observing, no judgment. Perhaps start at the top of your head. What do you notice? Down your neck and shoulders. What do you notice? Down your arms, into your hands. Hands provide us with so much information. What do you notice? What can you feel? Into your trunk, floor of your body, your intestines, your guts, your heart, your lungs. Can you bring some focus and attention into that space? Your legs. Are you experiencing heat or pain or numbness or tingling or pressure? Finally, your feet. What do you notice? Can you place your hand on your chest or your neck and notice your own heartbeat? Again, no judgment, only curiosity. Good. Let's take another nice deep breath here. And next, I'd like to invite you to turn your attention to the bottom left quadrant of the wheel, which houses the activities of your mind itself, including your emotions, your thoughts, your memories, hopes, beliefs, dreams, attitudes, and intentions. First, simply be aware of everything that is entering your mind at this moment. Simple awareness, no judgment. Perhaps you're losing your focus or you're distracted. Welcoming this mental activity into your awareness. What thoughts or feelings are showing up right now? Next, begin to examine how these internal experiences arise and pass. Do they come up suddenly or gradually? Do they stay constant or fade in and out? What are those thoughts? Do they race? Notice what is happening in your thoughts and feelings. Are there gaps between the different mental activities, or do they exist as one long stream of consciousness? We are not bringing judgment, we are just noticing. I notice that I am thinking of this. I notice I am distracted. I notice, simply noticing. Good. Let's take another deep breath here, this time in through our nose and out through our mouth. And now we'll bring our attention to the center of the wheel, the hub, which is where your awareness stems from. The hub is the you that has noticed everything so far in this practice. The part of you that is observing, listening, looking, focusing, sensing. Take some time here as cultivating this awareness of awareness takes some practice. For some of you, this might be brand new, and that's okay. What can you notice about your awareness? In our hub, we are open, clear, peaceful, calm. It offers us perspective. Good. Let's take another deep breath, slow, deep breath. Now we're going to turn our attention to the bottom right quadrant of your wheel, which houses your sense of connection to the outside world. First, notice the sense of connection to the people physically close to you right now. Perhaps in the same room, just on the other side of a wall, in the same building or space as you. We're just noticing the sense of connection. Now we're going to expand this sense of connection to people further away, perhaps in the same town or neighborhood or area as you are right now. Then we're going to tap into the sense of connections to your loved ones. Think of where they might be right now. Notice the connection and the sense of connection. Now we're going to widen our sense of connection to include those that live in your neighborhood, your city, your county, your country, the continent, the other continents, and finally to all the living things on the planet that we inhabit of Earth. As this particular meditation comes to an end, I invite you to bring your attention back to your breath, as you did at the beginning of the practice. You might like to take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself back into the moment, and then release your focus away from your breath. As you return to a normal breathing routine. I hope that that practice was helpful in settling and connecting you in some important ways. I invite you to take some time to reflect on what you just experienced. I have a visual of that wheel, and I would like to invite you to take a minute to jot down any noticings that you had around each of these areas of the wheel of awareness. We started with our touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. Then we moved to the interior of the body. Then our mental activities. And then we moved to our hub, our awareness of awareness. And then our interconnectedness. So I invite you to take some time, jot down what you noticed. What is some reflections that you had? It might sound like my observation in quadrant 1 was this. What did you observe? What did you observe in quadrant 2? Noticing the interior of your body, the systems, your nervous system, your digestive system. What did you observe? Is that an area that you have given much attention to? Our body's ability to know where we are in any given moment and the space that we take up is an incredible thing. As anyone who has ever um, bit your lip and had, slightly, different shape of your body, or if you've ever hurt yourself, or even any small little changes that occur to our skin or our body, our interior body brings an incredible level of awareness and calibration. Is that something you've given any observation or thought to before? Jot down what you noticed. For quadrant 3, our mental activities. What do you notice there? What did you observe as you reflected on your thinking, meta thinking, thinking about our thinking? What did you notice? Was that area harder or easier to bring awareness to? The next area that we focused on was on the hub. What did you observe for your awareness of your awareness? Take a moment to jot down what you noticed. The last area we focused on was our interconnectedness. Was this easier or harder to notice? The ways that we are connected to those physically around us, or those people in our lives whom we have connections with, friends, family, coworkers. What did you notice? The last thing I would invite you to do is to notice how you're feeling now. You have just completed a 20 or so minute guided meditation. How are you feeling now? Did you learn anything new about yourself? Did you notice anything that surprised you? Do you think that this practice would be useful being applied in your everyday life? How can you take pieces of this practice, of the visual, of the parts of ourselves, the awareness? This practice is called the wheel of awareness. Are there parts of the wheel that you can bring to your everyday life? What do you notice was helpful? What needs more practice for you? Again, these meditations come from an article from positivepsychology.com. And the intent and the focus of this particular practice was really to bring mindfulness and awareness. So often our depression has to do with things that have happened, and our anxiety have things to do with the things that might happen. And when we can increase awareness in our present moment, that mindfulness can really restore and bring a great amount of peace and positive impact for your mental health, perhaps your sleep, and certainly for your well-being as a whole. So I hope there are parts of that meditation that are particularly useful for you as we took our time to do that. Okay. Because the next practice, this last calming, is actually going to be focused on our breath work on the 28th. I am going to actually guide you through one more guided meditation. We have a little bit more time, and I have a shorter 10-minute one that I will guide you through if that is helpful for you. This next one, like I said, is a little shorter. And the title of this guided meditation is called Leaves on a Stream. So this is a little bit more kind of that focus of something called cognitive diffusion, the ability to separate your thoughts and to let them come and go instead of being caught up in them or allowing them to dictate what you do or repressing them even. So diffusion is a core component of mindfulness. And diffusion involves creating distance between you and your thoughts, giving you an opportunity to just step back and notice them instead of allowing them to be dictating for you, particularly if they're deeply emotional thoughts. Sorry, my dog is not calming right now. Okay. So leaves on a stream. So again, find yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting or resting. This focus is going to be around visualization of a stream. If that is something that is difficult for you to visualize, there are other opportunities. If pieces of luggage moving on a conveyor belt, or cars driving past, or clouds, or birds, anything that is moving in a sort of patterned way would be helpful. So again, the focus is ability to kind of separate. This can be especially helpful if you are in a moment of distress. or even really to practice. I should also say, of course, that this is not a replacement for a paid professional counselor or a therapist. This is a tool that can be used in partnership with that, especially if your thoughts are particularly invasive or consistently painful. I would encourage you to seek out professional help for that. Okay. Sitting in a comfortable position, allow your shoulders to drop and relax. If you can, plant your feet firmly on the ground. If you're sitting cross-legged, feel the sense of contact between your feet and the seat and the floor beneath you. Just notice how you're being supported beneath you. If you are safe and comfortable to do so, close your eyes. For the next few breaths, bring your full attention just to your breathing. Notice the feeling of the air flowing in through the nostrils, down into the lungs, and down into the belly as you inhale. And on the exhale, feel the release of any tension as you let the air out slowly. Now imagine that you are sitting by the side of a gently flowing stream. This might be a stream that you know, or something that you create in your mind using your imagination. There might be a light breeze blowing as you sit there. Dappled light glistening on the water, soft green grass beneath you. Imagine the stream however you like. It's your imagination. Now imagine that there are leaves floating on the surface of the stream. These leaves are flowing past you down the stream. For the next few minutes, see if you can take every thought that pops into your head and place it on a leaf. Now your thoughts might show up in your mind in the form of words or pictures or something else. However, if thought arises, simply place it on a leaf and let it float by. Do this regardless of whether the thoughts are positive and enjoyable or negative and challenging. Simply place it on a leaf and let it float down the stream. If you notice that your thoughts stop momentarily, just continue to watch the stream. Sooner or later, your thoughts will start up again. Allow the stream to flow at its own rate. No need to try to speed it up. The aim here is not to wash the leaves away. The aim is to allow them to come and go on their own. Just sit and watch. If your mind says something along the lines of, I can't do it, or this is stupid, or this is crazy, place those thoughts on a leaf and let them float by. If the leaf gets stuck, let it hang around. There's no need to force it to float away. Simply sit and watch, as sooner or later another leaf will come along and give it the nudge it needs. If a difficult feeling arises, such as boredom, impatience, anxiety, simply acknowledge it. Say to yourself, there's a feeling of boredom. There's a feeling of impatience. Here's a feeling of anxiety. And place those words on a leaf. Now, from time to time, your thoughts will hook you and you will lose track of the exercise. This is normal, as our attention naturally wanders, and it will happen time and time again. As soon as you realize that this is happening, simply come back to your stream. Continue to place every thought that pops into your head on a stream and watch it slip by. Again and again, your thoughts will hook you. Remember, this is normal. As soon as you notice this has happened, simply come back to your stream. As the exercise comes to an end, begin to let go of your imagined stream and bring your attention back to where you are. Notice what you can hear, what you can feel. When you're ready, open your eyes and notice what you can see. You might like to take another minute to sit quietly before carrying on with your day, holding on to this sense of presence and spacious thinking. I invite you to reflect. Did any negative or painful thoughts show up? Were you able to place those thoughts on leaves and allow them to float by at their own pace? How do you feel now? What was helpful about that practice for you? Sorry, I'm sure that was my script. Thank you very much for your time. Remember, there is one more of these Zooms that occur live or the recording in 2 Tuesdays, and that one will be focused entirely on breath work. I hope you're able to join me then. Until then, have a wonderful, calm